And that runs us at 849. Any chance the game's gonna be World of Diablo in place World of Warcraft? No. They wouldn't replace their own game. Where's my lead HP? Was that why that we had that 19 life? Okay. There we go. But no, they wouldn't ever, in my opinion, do a replacement like that. Lazy. Thank you so much. Like, they own the MMO world, in my opinion, right? They're still the owners of that world with World of Warcraft. The new release, everything with that has been doing great. Yo, Pez. Thank you so much for the sub. By the way, everybody, this is Pindle Runs 701 to 800 right now. Thank you both. Mwah. Kisses to you. I really do appreciate that support. That does mean a lot to me. The first 700 runs, the best things we found were Executioner's Justice, Stormspire. Those were our two big uns. And then we found like 4 NATO Pelt with some life and cold res that wasn't bad. 4 to Poison Nova, whatever. 30 fast run walk, dual res boots that are okay. That's not great. That's nothing. That's nothing as well. So there were a couple items that we found that were alright. That pelt's not bad. Hey Lilia. Are we still missing pluggy items? Can you buy an Enigma base from shop? No. Plus the Fireclaw? Yo, Sky High. Mwah. Thank you so much for the 10. Wow. Swirling crystal.
Waiting for Diablo 76 open world MMO with loot boxes.
Oh god.
Battle Royale mode
No.
with deluxe edition.
No. Kill it. Make it burn.
Join my army.
Make it burn, Sky.
I'm here with you now, Llama. Tears of joy grin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sky High, and thank you, Purple. It's extremely kind of both of you. Mwah. Kisses to you all. Oh my god, don't do it. You actually can buy it through. Yeah, I think he said a good base though. Yeah, you can buy a breastplate or a chainmail off of normal Charcy and put that puppy in there if you really want. He's skeptic. Thank you, Purple. Thank you, Sky. Yeah. People over here everybody's freaking out about E3. Girls are posting themselves, screaming and jumping up and down, and they're like, I can't believe it. I'm like, where's the Diablo news, man? I don't see anything exciting. No Diablo news, no care. I'm just here because Miss Kylie's not streaming. That's fair. That's fair, Purple. I waited for her to go offline because otherwise I knew she would steal all my viewers. Diablo 76 at BlizzCon. You're burning things down. Good. Oh boy. Yeah. No, so yeah, I don't really care about E3 stuff. She wants to let her view this so she starts playing Diablo 2. I told her she should play it. I said everybody would love it. If she got good at Diablo 2, I might as well end my Twitch career, I think. I might as well end my Twitch career. Thankfully, she gets bored of games pretty quickly. So I don't think that's going to happen. She don't want to play something else. But yeah, there is a new Diablo project in the works. You have to imagine it stays within a couple realms. Like I said, think about Blizzard. We've talked about this before. Think about Blizzard. When did they step on their own toes? Hearthstone, card game. Overwatch, first-person shooter. World of Warcraft, MMO. StarCraft, RTS. Warcraft, RTS. That's where it did step on its own toes. Diablo, ARPG. Right? Everything that they've done so far in the past they tried to take over the entire sector of gaming, essentially. So what do I think this next one is going to be? I'm not sure exactly, but I don't think they're going to introduce another MMO, you know. Diablo Mobile? God help us. Heroes of the Storm? MOBA. Like, literally, they have introduced a game in every sector. Why don't you think it's D4, D2 remastered? Well, I'm not saying it can't be D2 or D4 remastered. I would lean towards it being D4. They don't have a Battle Royale game, but they're not that fast. You have to remember this is Blizzard, and Battle Royale games didn't become popular till, like, this year. So they haven't already moved quick enough, in my opinion, to get on a Battle Royale. Thank God, in my opinion. I could see Diablo 4 introducing some MMO feature. I could see it having a little bit more of that. But yeah, I believe it. I believe Diablo 4 is the place for them to go with it, right? I think Diablo 2 Remaster is a fun idea. I think all of us sit here and love it. And I think if they popped out a Diablo 4 or a Diablo 2 Remaster, there would be mild success with it for sure. You'd have that nostalgia hit, just like they've gone with for their other games like that. But I think in the end, and once again, they obviously can do both. But I think in the end, it just leads to, I don't know. I don't think it leads to a large enough crowd, you know? I think at this point, people are gonna stray away from a Diablo 2 remaster. I would rather see a Diablo 4, and so I think that's where a focus is gonna be. Blizzard doesn't have a city builder. Blizzard doesn't have a racing game. Blizzard doesn't have a battle royale. You know, there's games that they still don't have. So they could be introducing something like that, but yeah, the game Diablo 2 is still really fine. That's the thing. A remaster would purely be there to bring it better resolution and stuff. And that's something that I do think they could do, you know. And obviously that's the problem, is they have to redo the game if they did that. But that would help some. I could see people get into it a little more, but I think they could just look at Diablo 4 and go with that and call that good. Diablo 4 Racing. The better resolution of StarCraft 1 Remastered lost some of the charm of the art. Some people don't like it. Some people do not like the remastered. I was just talking to a guy the other day who said he refuses to play the new StarCraft Remastered, and with people that play it, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like the hotkey rebinding and all that stuff. He thinks, I mean, he's a purist, he says, but you know, he likes the way that it was. I think that's true for some people. Diablo Souls. Oh, okay. Those are spicy bolts. Those are spicy bolts. But yeah, I think Diablo 4 only makes sense, or something like Diablo 360 and it's a VR game Diablo, or Diablo Universe and it's more connected, or Diablo Souls. I think all of those are ways that you can go with Diablo. You know. Diablo Kart VR Battle Royale. Diablo Golf. To be honest, I would play Diablo Golf though, wouldn't you? I would totally speedrun Diablo Golf. Like, that's no lie. That game sounds really fun, actually. Enter portals to every game. Oh god, Andy. Something about the Horadrim and their origin. Oh, the Horadrim. Maybe. I don't know. Deckard best golfer. Maybe. Yeah, I think a virtual reality Diablo could be like the coolest thing ever. Like you say, I would poop my pants. I would poop my pants if I am sitting there standing in VR and Diablo comes out. You know? How is that not a thing already? Fighting Diablo and bosses in VR. How is that not a thing? Diablo Caliber. And Dariel in HD. Ayo. Well, even PoE or Steve videos are more polished than PoE. ST the same way. I mean, that's one thing that Blizzard definitely brings. They bring solid engines that are polished. You know? So yeah, like I agree. They're not going to go out there and reinvent the wheel, in my opinion, with this. Or invent the wheel, I should say. They're going to go out there and they're going to put out a solid looking game, and hopefully it's solid in its mechanics as well. Heyo. If they are going to build, I mean, Diablo 1's very different. If they are going to build a whatever game, Diablo 4, whatever, I honestly hope that they take a look at Path of Exile. I hope that they really take a look at Path of Exile and see all that they've done with there, because I think there's a lot to steal from Path of Exile. First off, the currency system, which once again is the greatest thing to ever exist in any game I've ever played, is that currency system. Wonderful. Wonderful. Get rid of garbage gold and have amazing currency. All of their boss fights and their end game content and everything, I feel like, does a really great job. The skill trees, and I think it's too much. I think there is too much customization that leads to too many issues in PoE, and a lot of people will disagree and be like, boo, Mr. Llama, you're stupid and don't know what you're talking about. That's cool. That's fine. So, you know, that's something that I think they've slightly overdone over there, and you know, everybody over there who's played this game for years is like, it's easy, but it's, you know, it's not a friendly introducing thing. Once again, it's very complicated. very complicated, and you have to balance for a million things when you have that much stuff. So I think I think it would be, you know, better for the game, or, you know, for if Diablo 2, whatever, if they got away from Diablo 3's, well, you just get every skill, you know, boringness, and instead, you know, remember that a lot of the fun of ARPGs is all of the thought and the theory crafting and stuff that you can do. You know, I mean, even just Diablo 2, right? This is simple enough, but it gives you enough stuff that you can sit there and customize and have a little fun with it, right? I'm gonna be Blizzard, and I'm gonna mix in Fireball. You can go Orb and Meteor. You can go Lightning. You know, and you can build a character that has a specific role and does things in a specific way. And I think that that's important. Daily, weekly, monthly quest system. What do you mean? Like your dailies of? They do like their daily stuff. Yeah, it is NDE. People in PoE always complain that it's not complicated because they've been playing it for years, and, you know, when you understand it like the back of your hand, what is complicated, really? But I think it scares a lot of people away, right? And there you go. I think it scares a lot of people away. It is not a good design. It is and it isn't. It's good in that it gives so much customization, it really draws in that group of people. But it's not in that I think it does scare away people. I think there needs to be a better way to introduce people to it, a better guide through it, a better everything. You know, when you start out, don't give people the whole skill tree. Give people a subsection of it. You can only put your stuff in the first things. And then it guides you through and gives you suggestions and talks you through it and says, I'd put stuff here because this is going to help blah, blah, blah. Foreman. Oh, yeah, I love my keyboard because it sends it over. I basically saw it, and I just told SteelSeries, because I had the old SteelSeries keyboard. And then I saw this, and I just sent them a message, and it's like, I need the next keyboard. I need next keyboard, please. For sure, Bladum. What up, bud? Good to see you. You know what I need to do, Bladum? I need to play Zelda. I have Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. I need to play both of those. I just need to restat. Well, they have Orb of Regrets board, and they have ways to regret points out and restat yourself, essentially. So they do have that. Twilight Princess. Senpai. But what's my favorites? I've only played the 2 N64 ones. I have not played any other Zelda game in my life. I have Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. I need to play both of those. This is Players 1. The reason is Pindle drops stuff on Players 1. I haven't played Breath of the Wild. I haven't played, you know, anything else. And I really, really, really want to. This is a really ugly stash right now, by the way. Let's go like that maybe or something. Man. There we go. That's better. Never played Link to the Past. Never played... Yep. Never played any of them. I should have got that Ogre Ball. Could be fun. This is not the type of stream where you can play whatever you want. I know, it's so true. It's so true. No, in my bonus stream times, like right now, I can't. My schedule gives 6 days a week of Diablo 2. All bonus stream time. I'm going to play what I want to play. A lot of times that ends up being Diablo 2. But sometimes it's Mario Party, sometimes it's StarCraft, sometimes it's other things. Your phone notification sounds the D2 portal. It's amazing. That is amazing. So what we do while I'm collecting all these items, for those who don't know, I identify at the end of every 100 runs. So, that's fine. Whee. The number is right above my head. 51. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe, you know, I think Diablo 4 has a lot that they could do with it. Wait, they're bringing Elder Scrolls to mobile? Yeah, this is Pluggy Mod and awful. Why does title say 701? Well, the counter restarts when I restart the application, so that's why. Elder Scrolls Blades. Huh. Well. Everything's going to mobile. Sacred Armor. I just feel like so many games shouldn't be mobile. I don't know. Maybe that's me. I'm just using Pluggy Mod. Can I share the software?
Everything is going to mobile because they realize how much more they can fleece you on it.
Yeah, it seems true, Derpix. It does seem true. I don't know. Most mobile games really just seem like a cash grab. Some of them are very obvious, and other ones are just mediocre quality for a game that doesn't need to be there. Like, some games should be mobile games. Thank you, Michael, for 2 months in a row. Some games should be mobile games. But other ones just should not. At all. They're just so, I don't know, they're built for a keyboard and mouse. Even porting some games to console is like, yeah, looking at you, Command and Conquer, Clash of Clans, Clash of Conquer, Command and Clash. Call it what you want. That is a huge issue, actually. I do play one mobile game, and it's a, you know, it's one of those Kingdom pay-to-win games. But I do have fun with it. I do enjoy it. Like I say, it fits very well as a mobile game. But oh my god, if it doesn't just destroy my battery. Every mobile game now just sucks your battery so fast. Yeah, like I said, some games are built to be mobile games. I'm not saying there shouldn't be mobile games. I like some mobile games, and I think that as a mobile game, they're very good. But yeah, some things are just dumb. I don't feel like a lot of real-time moving your thumbs all over the place games are great on mobile. You know?
I can't care.
Just connect an Xbox controller on your phone, so then I have to walk around with the controller to play. Yeah, okay. Have you checked any items off your list since your 1,000 pinner runs? No. No, I found 2 TC87s. Uniques. Oh. Congrats, you just invented the Nintendo Switch. That's right. I mean, yeah, if you want to have a console that can play kind of in a mobile format like that, I thought the Switch was a great invention. That seemed fantastic. Let's make a console that you can also move around. I think the controllers are too tiny, but other than that. Oh, hey, hey, Ezroy, fancy seeing you here. Where are you now? Where have your travels taken you now? Sure, but you're limited to Nintendo titles. I like Nintendo titles. I don't know. Call me old-fashioned. Yeah, how is the drive?
Good afternoon.
All you do is drive. 12 hours driving back to SC from New York. Time to go to bed, work in 4.5 hours. You're a machine. Why not use Zephyr for running? I could. I think you mean Harmony, though. I need a base. If we find an open socket bow base, I'll use it. Has to be 4 open sockets, though, so I can make Harmony. Well, good night then, Esroy. Have a good one, bud. Hope you get some rest. It's a TC8 treasure class, so it's like the kind of item. You know, so for instance, like a sacred armor is a treasure class 87, whereas a cap is a treasure class 3. You know, if it's not actually a treasure class 3, well then I'm sorry, but different groups of items have different treasure classes. Why waiting to ID everything? I think it's fun. You know, you do like a big ID time.
Join my army of the dead.
Thank you, Sky High.
Each to their own with how people play games. But I don't like the fleecing us for money practices. Those need to stop.
Yeah, but shareholders do love the fleecing you for money practice, so that's the problem. And honestly, just I think people are too willing, man. I think people are too willing. You know? Everybody's willing to sit there and buy this stuff. So that's what they're gonna do, you know? EA's gonna get rid of microtransactions and call them airlifts instead. or loot boxes and call them airlifts. But you know, like, they're all gonna keep putting these things in because they continue to make money. Until they make less money, I mean, yeah, that's true too, Parker. So vote with your wallet, exactly. And people do, and you know, maybe it's unfortunate, but it seems like there are more casual gamers than there are hardcore gamers.
Join my army of the dead.
The sad truth of the gaming industry is that games are not made for the players anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of gotten too
They
big.
are made as a vehicle to increase their stock and keep shareholders happy.
It's kind of gotten too big, you know? That might just be it. And this is, I mean, think about everything, just about. You know, you can name so many things that were great until they got too big. Facebook. I loved early Facebook. It was great. Now it's just pure advertisers and political statements and things I don't care about and old people. Sorry, BYD. YouTube used to be super great, and now it's demonetizations left and right, and oh my god, every day I get a new message to my email about some copyright being claimed on some video. It's ridiculous, man. You know, it's just, that's how it goes. I really wish I was an Archon staff. And honestly, that's why when Path of Exile sold themselves, or 80% of their company, to Tencent, I do worry for the game in the future. Do I worry for it right now? No, not as much. I think there's still a couple years for it. Has Tencent let other games like League of Legends and things continue? Yeah, sure, it's happened. But, I don't know. I think something like that does have some worry to it. Yeah, and there's good and bad to it all. For sure. There's good and bad to most everything. Yeah, Tencent. But the problem there, Wicked Hood, is what happens when Chris changes. That is the issue. Thanks, Derpix.
Tencent is going to run the typical Chinese gaming company strategy to Po. Bleed it dry and throw it into the garbage bin.
Maybe. Like, you can sit there and you can say Chris still has creative control, which he does. But, and this was, I think, the best thing that, wow. I can't. Who's the maker of Diablo 2? It's late. David said, wait, what? Freaking out about what? Sony having what? Yeah, the best thing that David said was when Blizzard North got bought out, right, by Blizzard, and then as things kind of changed and went through and dealt with it and all that, the biggest thing he said was watching people change once they had money, right? And that was his, or one of his the best things I thought he said was, a lot of this comes down to how Chris is going to act and adjust and what he's going to do. And we don't know that. We like to think that Chris is... Really? Again? We like to think that Chris is just going to continue and love this and do it and whatever. But once somebody has a few $1,000,000 in her hand, do they lose the passion anymore? Do they suddenly go, oh, wait, I can just go sit on a beach all day now? What is it that goes through their mind, and what happens to their work ethic and all that stuff when they no longer need this, when there's no longer that. When it was Blizzard North making Diablo 2, just starting out, making Diablo, I should say, they were like, oh my God, it's like, we gotta do this, we gotta, and even then when, they got, well, okay, now they're making Diablo 2, it was like, still, they're like paycheck to paycheck, grinding through, whatever, there is a lot more of that, as opposed to, oh, well, now I just have a lot of money, so, well, I guess I just do what I want, Then there's Notch, that's right, who just sits there and talks smack on Twitter all day. Exactly. What up, Glitch?
Crazy dog.
Dude, this is next MVS. You guys are gonna be sick of Crazy Dog. But it's gonna be funny. That's all I can tell you. It's the publishers that make it all. And publishers make a lot. Money keeps flowing up, right? We already had a big money talk today, so I don't really want to get into all that discussion again. We already did that this morning. But let's go Hornhelm. But yeah. Just in general, let's actually move this like this, put our salamander staves next to each other. Quick recap. Money. People in the world right now are putting way too much value in money. Way too much. The rich are using it for power and continuing to grow that, I need to get more and more. I have 500 million. I need 700, 800 million. I need more. And it's not bringing happiness, but they just keep trying. And we've seen people, like I said, we just saw 2 suicides recently, from very successful people. And it's sad, it's sad that, that's happening. And on the other side of things, a lot of people who don't have a lot of money are also schleglas. Man, I never pick those up. On the other side of things, a lot of people who don't have money don't have great financial education and are constantly worried about it and are kind of buying into the fact that they think they need more money to be happy. And so you have this mix. The suicides are unrelated, I think. I think there's still some of it. Well, no, I think a point is, one, money isn't bringing them happiness, right? They have plenty of money and they're still unhappy for whatever reason. Thank you, Matas.
2 months with llama.
But there's also a lot of pressures, a lot of society, a lot of, things like social media and everything like that I think is contributing as well. But, it could be a list of things. But I'm just saying, those are people who have tons and still. But if you excel at something, what's wrong with using your skills to increase your financial wealth? There's nothing wrong with it. But the point is, I think people overdo it. I think people the point is, money is not happiness, right? Once again, money doesn't bring meaning or purpose. Money gives you the power to a degree, right? It gives you the power to have more control over your life. But once you've built the life, and I've written about this many times, but once you have built the life that you want to live, right? I want to go on a ski trip once or twice a year. I want to sit and play board games with friends. I want to play video games and stream. I want to, once you have built the life, that there is essentially an amount of money that you would need to live that life indefinitely. Right? Thanks, Romeo. It's a tool to achieve what you want. That is what money is. But nowadays, it just feels like everybody just wants more, right? There's no, well, what do you want to use it for? That's not the thing. It's, you need more. And I think a lot of people put success based on that. Right? I am successful when I make more money. Having money can reduce stress. It can also add stress. I would say the more money and the more things you have, the more stressed out you can be. All right, last run before we do our identification. Is this a rebroadcast? We're still talking about money. No, this was a recap of earlier in the day. How come I didn't grab? I could grab those claws. There's so many things to potentially grab. All right, let's go do identifications. So it just becomes this move from making enough for what you need to thinking that always having more is more success and more
in life. MR Lam, a great recap. Now back to those items.
Back to these items. Let's do some identification. Let's do some identifications here. That was okay. Right. Exactly, Pesca. So I'm saying, it's that. Don't go down that road. What about homeless people? Do you think they're not stressed out? Once again, this isn't to say zero money is happiness, any money is unhappiness. There's definitely a balance between. And if you have no money, you have very little control over things in your life, and I think that brings a lot of stress. But at the same time, if I'm walking down a street and I have a $50,000 watch on and I'm driving a $100,000 car and all these things, I'm now stressed out about all of these things that I have. I don't want my watch to get stolen. What if my car gets dinged or scratched? It's like there is stress in both sides of it. Energy shield, right? 1 to source skills, 19 all res, 30 mana. Oh man, that had a couple okay mods on it. Cold mastery. Eyo, all res 22, garbage. 3 to Javies, 160. Oof. Law of diminishing returns. Yeah. Dark sight. Nice. Can't be frozen. I like that. $30 faster run walk. Trang gloves. That gives us 4 of the 5 Trang pieces we have now found in this 1,000 runs. Rattle cage. Wait, is that the last piece? No, I still need the wing, don't I? Right? I think I found that. Yeah, Millionaire Next Door is a great book. Agreed. 3 to battle orders, 2 to battle cry. Oof. I mean, I guess that's a better bow helm than anything I got, right? Pre-buff helm. Oops. Manhold heal. Rip. You like Boglehead's guide has some good stuff. Saigons! Everybody take a drink. It's Saigons. 30 IAS. 1 to Mind Blast, 2 to Weapon Block, though. Rip. And garbage drink. 20 faster cast rate. No mods, though. 20 faster cast rate, 1 energy shield. Hurricane. This honestly wasn't a bad set of 100. We got that Viper Magi in there. You got a pre-buff helm. That's not bad. 20 IAS gloves right there. A lot of pelts and... Come on. 1 to Barbie skills. So much work. I mean, it's... Ooh, 2 to Javies. It's 45 minutes of work. Kuku Shikaku. Angelic. Attack rating. Siverb's Cudgel again. Double Salamanders. Double Salamanders, man. 3 to Shadow Warrior. And a Sacred Armor. And a Soul Rune. Not bad, though. Not bad, honestly.